Today, the state Supreme Court heard arguments in the case of the 2018 firing of a West Point French teacher. Peter Vlamming lost his job at West Point High School after refusing to use a transgender student's preferred pronouns. On your side at 6, Karina Bolster has the latest on this case, which is now in the hands of the state's highest court. Fill us in here, Karina.
Well, Kurt, back in 2019, Peter Vlamming sued the West Point School Board for his termination, but his attorney says the suit was dismissed without the circuit court hearing a shred of evidence or even holding a trial.
We're appealing that decision to the Supreme Court of Virginia, asking them to hear his case and to vindicate his constitutional rights under the Virginia Constitution.
In December of 2018, after a nearly 6-hour school board meeting, the West Point school superintendent fired Peter Vlamming, saying he repeatedly refused to comply with directives. The French teacher of 6 years at the high school said he couldn't, in good conscience, comply with the school system's order to use a transgender student's preferred pronouns.
He was ultimately fired from that position, not because of anything that he said, but for something that he couldn't say. He just could not express messages that violated his religious beliefs and his core beliefs.
Court documents say Vlamming consistently used the student's preferred name and would try to avoid the use of pronouns. Ultimately, his attorneys claim the school system violated his state constitutional and statutory free exercise and free speech rights.
This kind of radical movement, really statewide by a lot of school boards, to force employees, school employees, teachers, even parents and students to conform to their preferred ideology, is really going to have the effect of driving really good teachers out of our school systems.
That contention that teachers are leaving their jobs over schools and classrooms becoming more inclusive and more welcoming to all students, I think that's completely made up.
James Milner with Virginia Pride was at the school board meeting in 2018. He believes the school system had a right to fire Vlamming.
Mr. Vlamming does not deserve to have his job restored or to be paid damages for intentionally misgendering a transgender student, which we know causes harm.
Now, since his termination, Vlamming's attorney says he tried to apply for other jobs in other school systems but was never hired. As a result, he ended up moving back to France. The state Supreme Court did not give a ruling today. That's expected sometime in the future. Karina Bolster, NBC 12 News.
All right. Thank you, Karina.